Also to note, Moyo, before we begin, I did not play a very good game ever. So,
The right heroes could make
who was
all
that?
the difference.
Actually, I think this game I played more decent. But in the other games, um, I didn't do well, so also made your job a little bit harder, and
My
vice versa.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
So kind of keep that with a um, kind of keep that in your head.
The
So
battle
with
starts
this,
in 5, 4, 3, 2.
this is
You
kind
need to
of
stop them from securing.
I mean, just team comp wise, to be honest, this is going to be difficult for both of us. They have two flying characters. We can't do anything about it, literally. I can hope to get like a capture and such, but that's not really a good occurrence. And especially for me, I can get hooked by Bucky and kind of just instantly die. Um, so we kind of have to play like a more brawl pseudo dive, like if like Cloak and Dagger is free or Bucky is free, then we can dive them. But in general, we got to play like more frontline, and especially because they only have one tank though. It should kind of be free and easy, to be honest. But reality
The
is
mission
past
area.
or
often
future. As long as
disappointing.
folks are living on their knees, I'll keep standing up.
Good for you.
That's the boost I needed.
Fine.
Careful, Jay.
You good? Always get on high ground. Good. Just as I told you. Remember, literally, that's a free kill. This is perfect. Um, you still have pretty much all your cooldowns. I would still kind of be aggressive. Um, though Bucky could,
In the
get
field.
hooked. I would, yeah. Here though, I would just jump and then sprint out. Or that's so. This is your first mistake. Do not use, especially when you're in their backline, do not really ever use your shield bash to engage. That is always your escape tool. Like using it here is a sell because now you don't have something to get off. So you get out, but don't get out. But like especially as you get into higher lobbies, you always have to kind of keep in your mind what I can get away with at the lower lobbies, I can't at higher lobbies. So I have to refine everything. So even if you were to get out here, you know, doesn't really kind of change the fact that using your shield bash is a bad play because that's your escape tool. So this is fine. After you do
In the
this,
field.
you kind of just want to turn around and then get out of it. Like just turn around, jump over there, and get out. You overstayed your welcome one, and then you use your escape cooldown to get out. And then you kind of die for it. Something I was telling Habib, for example, when you're a dive person, your
Live to fight another
productivity,
day.
your resource to the team is how often, how many actions per second you have per dive. So when you're not alive, one, and then you're not actively diving, in a cycle, then you're not being as efficient or productive as, let's say, a Strange who is alive and just holding up their shield. Um, as a DPS character, if I'm constantly dying or I'm getting no value out of my dives, then I'm not being as productive as, let's say, a Punisher or a Squirrel Girl. So these are just kind of things that you have to keep in mind when you're a dive character, which is why it's the most difficult to do
We need to
because it's
stop
about
that
timing.
vehicle in its
You have
tracks.
to you have to pay attention to what the enemy team is doing. You have to pay attention to what your team is doing. Um, your team was dying. I don't know if you could have helped them, but in some scenarios, just try. So staying here holding up your shield doesn't really help, but it's fine. This is fine. You don't want to engage per se.
Coming through.
Chin up.
Yeah.
That's the boost I needed.
Stay on the corner. You want to bother them. Um, this is not good. What you're doing right here. You're already behind the wall. You want to have your shield down because your shield can only replenish when it's behind the wall. I mean, when you don't have it up. So as soon
Coming
as you
through.
go behind the wall,
That's the boost I
put your
needed.
shield down so it can get back from cooldown and start rejuvenating. Because right now it's at 46%. It's still 46, not percent, but
Darn and again!
yeah, yeah, you're not applying enough pressure, one, and then you're not being a tank. There's
I
just
never
like a lot
stayed
of
down.
running away. Like, kind of look at your damage block one, and then like the damage that you're doing. Like you're below 1,000. You already have two deaths, and you have less than 3,000 damage block. Like as a tank, you want to soak up the damage so the rest of the team can do damage. Like they're pressing up on us because we're not either blocking the damage or applying enough pressure on them.
You look tired.
I'll be ship-shape in no time. Stand down.
If it wasn't for your ult, I would have just told you to back up because you're gonna stagger, but this is fine. Luckily you got the ult. When you ult here, you wanna like jump and hold up your shield. Like kind of just staying on the floor kind of makes you like an easy target. Yeah, you kind of hold up your shield too much.
We're in this together.
Good. Yeah, there's kind of no reason for you to get off the point. So we C9 here. C9 means Cloud9, meaning we just gave up the point for free. We were contesting it. Um, Habib is probably gonna die. I
This
mean, we got
together.
the point for to chase whatever you think is there, um, which you should not have.
Sorry, soldier. Ship shaker.
Yeah, you're not getting a lot of value right now because a lot of the decision making.
I never stay down.
So they're just kind of able to
Better stop that
steamroll us, to
vehicle!
be honest.
Goodbye. For now.
Yeah, this just isn't good. Like, yeah. So one, you're kind of just going forward on the team who have their sight on you. If you're gonna dive, you want them to be unaware of you. If you were to dive, just go up here. Shit's so hard to control. Just go up here, and then honestly, if you went up here, you probably wouldn't have even fought them. You would have probably noticed the beacon or rocket. And then fighting inside this place is just dangerous in general because they have full sight of you even if you run away. But if you went up here first, you could have broke this. He probably would have destroyed it. You could have fought him. If they peel, you just run up here and then go back to your team. Well, don't die here. So actually go here. So this is not a good play. Like you don't want to full frontal them.
That's the most I
It's now or never. Stop them!
Like being a tank means that you have more health,
armed
but
and
you still can't. You still
All
have to
right.
play with,
Don't rush in.
the mindset that, oh,
Better stop that vehicle!
I have to minimize damage,
Coming through. Lights
the
out.
damage that I take, because I will die in a lot of scenarios.
Good thinking, Thor.
This is also bad, kind of with what I was just saying, like literally right there. You should never, ever, ever do this. This is just, no matter if you're a tank, everyone just looking at you like this is bad. Unless you do this and then instantly jump and sprint. Like, you're going to die each and every time. You only have 600 health. Again, I thought. Yeah. You don't even get another contest. So the story of this was
Score is 0
there was no
to
frontline
3.
pressure to stop them
Time
from
to
doing
switch
anything,
things
so
up,
they walked over us
including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch
very
team to
quickly
win
too.
this one.
I knew. Ship shape in no time. Justice. Right flank. Sorry, soldier.
Hold still, I'm trying to help.
I think maybe you have to rebound your jump button because I don't see you jump enough.
That's better.
Like you, Cap can jump like 5 meters. Like I think it's like 2.5 times more than like any other character. You should use that to like mitigate damage and get angles so you can hit the enemy team. I'm not seeing you jump really like at all. This is good because instead of running back, you are able to let your team heal you and they get ult charge. The Human Torch was very dumb there. Overextended. He made him pay for it. Good. He probably wouldn't have been my target, but it's fine. As long as you're being accurate, it's better than nothing.
Maximum pulse.
Whenever you hear him do that, you want to try to reflect that because you can kill him, you can kill his entire enemy team if you like do it correctly. That's just the aim thing that'll come over time. You should have taken that duel and won it, but it's fine. It wouldn't have made a difference anyway. This wasn't a horrible ultimate. I think it could have been better. He about to get his neck back in.
Sorry, soldier. I'm
This is good. You're front lining, you're taking pressure, you're hitting anything required. It's cool. Don't overextend here. You will probably die. Thank God you don't. Good.
armed and dangerous.
Good.
Again! That's the boost I needed. Stand down!
Something about Strange, when you're fighting against enemy Strange, you can now, with the new patch, you can just punch. So you don't have to hold your regular button because your shield throws don't go through shields. But if you melee punch, they can go through shields. So usually when you're fighting Doctor Strange, what I do is I literally just hold down and punch and never shield throw. So, not to use me as a reference because that's kind of weird, but you see me as Thor. Um, you see how I'm gonna go around corner so I can mitigate damage? That's always what you want to do as literally anyone, like literally anyone, DPS, but like especially as a tank. Remember, our health is a resource, so he can just beat me down, and I see that. So I use any corner each and every time, especially because I don't have a shield. And even if you have a shield, you don't want to use it like nonchalantly because you're gonna need it for other times. Hide behind walls until you're ready to engage. And then you'll see, like, again, I'll engage and then I'll go to the corner right there. Like, you want to mitigate damage as much as you can. You don't want to just be out in the open where they can just damage you from climbing through. Like that bot who just died. You can see how he died. Like, if he stay right here, this is good positioning. For example, there is no reason for him to come any further than this. He dies because of this. Always use line of sight in corners. Any position, any person can see using it. this is not good.
That's
You
the
don't
boost
want to
I
frontline
needed.
per se. Like you want to be brawling. I mean, diving, which
By the eye of Agamotto!
with this, it's hard to say. But when you see a Doctor Strange walk up to you like this, it's because he has this ultimate. 9 out of 10 out of 10. So you want to kind of prepare
By
for
the
it.
eye!
Like as soon as you see him, you want to like kind of anticipate it. So you want to block because you can block it. You can block it for yourself. You can block it for your teammates.
Agamotto!
It's not gonna make a difference here because yeah, this with the so like here's what I mean. Like instead of doing your shield throw, just do your regular melee punch. I don't know what your melee punch is bound to, but for me it's R3. So I just hold down R3 while looking at him, and you'll punch right through the shield.
Science and magic combined.
And,
That's the boost I needed. Assemble!
so this is a bad ult because our team already ulted, so there's no need. Remember, it's like a support ult. So like two supports ulting at the same time is a waste of time and kind of a sell. So don't do that. And then your target priority isn't great. You're fighting Hulk. You should almost never fight the tanks. Um, unless it's in like a neutral where you're trying to make them not attack your team. Right here, you know, you're attacking him, especially when he's pocketed by two supports. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to get any kills. You're not going to do anything.
Good thinking, Thor!
Also, here, you want to be intentional about your aim too. Like, just don't shoot just because it looks like you're looking at them. Actually, aim at them. So you can actually do credible damage.
This is real firepower! Armed and again! Again!
Yeah, here you should have got out a long time ago. Like, yeah. It doesn't matter because everyone else died, but
Again!
could have literally just jumped away as soon as you saw him do it the first time. To someone, just jumped and went away. There was no reason to save him.
Some assistance, please.
Help!
Oh, you're not hearing that Mario sound because when you're doing the bot review, you don't listen, you don't hear, I don't know how to explain it, but you don't hear the people's mics or whatever.
So cold.
So you only hear the sound because Moyo is hearing it or what, I don't know. It's like an echo or whatever.
Most I needed.
So here, again, you want to be active in their background. Like you're kind of just being in the front line and doing nothing. Like you only do 40 damage. Like you're not going to be effective here at all. Except against this dumb strange who position. You want to ignore this halt. Like if you're going to use your lightning,
That's the boost I
use your lightning and then focus on Iron Man, or just go in the back line. Like these are kind of bad supports in the sense that they don't have, you know, the defensive ults and such, and they can't really protect one another and the team, so they have to make a choice. So this should be easy dive picking for you. But you're kind of just spending all your time fighting alt.
Coming through.
That was a good alt by P. This was not a good alt because no one's in danger. You're not in danger, and like most of the team's already dead. Good,
Only 60 seconds left.
Maximum
good.
pulse.
I sacrificed myself for you guys.
Only 60
Nah, y'all gotta
seconds
see this in 4K, man.
left. Only 60 seconds left.
So this is what I kind of wanted you to do. As soon as you hear
Maximum
this, you should turn around and block it. But yeah, I heard
pulse.
it, and
Only 60 seconds
I
left.
figured no
Maximum
offense, you would have.
pulse.
So
Only 60
yeah,
seconds left.
sacrifice myself.
Maximum pulse.
Rise, my friend!
That's the boost I needed.
Quantum magic.
And then we to that point. So what I'll say, I'm saying it again, is target priority. You're spending too much on the front line. Um, your cooldown usage is kind of eh. You always want to use your shield bash to get out. Or let me not say always. It depends. You want to use your shield bash or your jump slam to get out. So one of them, one or the other. So if you use your jump slam to engage, you want to use your shield to get out. If you're using your shield to engage, you want to use your jump slam to get out. And whenever you use both, um, we have staggering things that happen, um, like having the first point and all that. I'm probably gonna watch one more or engage just to see how it goes, and then I'll probably
You'll
end it
need a
right there.
top-notch team to win this one.
So you want to be more active one, especially as a dive tank. The less active you are, the less efficient or effective you are. You would just be better being Doctor Strange and holding a shield. There's instant value in him in the similar way that there's instant value in a Punisher or Squirrel Girl. So you not diving properly is allowing the enemy team just to like press us when it shouldn't be that case. You also got to work on your pathing and taking high ground rather than kind of just walking main because yeah, you're kind of
30
just
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
taking unnecessary damage that you shouldn't.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
So this is what I mean by like aiming. You want to aim. Uh, Scarlet Witch probably should have died to be honest. If you're hitting your shots,
I'll be ship-shape in no time. Gathering across roads to
A boom of light.
let's keep going. It's okay. Good. Here, you kind of, again, want to take an angle. You don't want a front line. That's too much damage. You go up here. You can get a shield throw there, or go through here after. There's just so many options that you can do, which is why you take like the high ground and such. This, as a matter of fact, I'm going to talk to the team about this. Generally, you never want to take that place. We as a team should always just go here. And then we can make our decision on whether we go here or whether we go here. Um, I know it's a new map, so I don't try to force you guys to like follow and such, but generally, this is a sell zone because this is a actually I think this is a perfect thing just to explain like kind of hero shooters. This is a fortress that they have. Like look at like not to glaze them. Look how intimidating they are. Like everything is focused on us. Like they have line of sights on us. They're just shooting down. They have so much damage coming this way. The best way to overtake a fortress that is well guarded like this is not by going, just straight through. You are going to lose each and every time. It's by infiltrating. It's by taking flanks. It's by going on high grounds, making them have to back up. Because if we go up here, what can Loki do? What can Rocket do? What can Doctor Strange do? Hulk can get here, but he's gonna have to use like a lot of resources, and that's kind of what we want. And then we go over here. So that means if they don't back up, this is just free, and then now we have the fortress, and they have to turn around to get to us. So you kind of have to be like creative when you're attacking like different places like this. Generally, high ground is always best. And then if you don't want to attack that way, go this way. You still have high ground. They still have to come in, and I'm pretty sure there's a health pack around here. Yep, there's a health pack right here. So you can play on high ground over here. Um, yeah, I wasn't communicating that yesterday because I don't know. I have a thing when we're playing. I don't like over communicating things because it just causes like unnecessary frustrations that I've seen. Maybe I have PTSD or whatever, but yeah, so I'm usually silent to be honest. So yeah, going through here is not a good option. Like look at them. Like just looking at them. Look at how fast your health is going down. Yeah, so how you kind of escape there is how you should escape like kind of every time. Um, I don't know why you don't, but yeah, that's what you should be doing every time. So that was just bad play by us. I don't know who went to go touch, but they were trying
30
to
seconds.
force the enemy team to come. It was key, and which is actually a good play. Um,
That's the boost
they're
I
just trying to
needed.
make them turn around. And if we stayed alive and like, actually followed up on his like play right here, we could have actually captured it. But we got it.
Timely aid.
So our staggering and all that and our not knowing how to attack this like kind of caused a lot of issues. So I'll just say like to summarize, one, shield usage. So one,
This is war. We keep
shield
fighting
usage.
until we can't fight anymore. Enemy ahead. Prepare to
As you can see,
engage.
like I can't get my shield back. As long as I hold this up, like my shield won't recover. Then if I put it back, like it still won't recover. So whenever I'm not using it, I want to put it down. So eventually you see it inside the bottom left hand corner. Now it's back to 400. That's one. And then two, you want to really use the cycle as much as possible. The less that you're doing this, the less effective and the less space that your team has to where it feels like the enemy team is just running down. So it should always just,
You're relieved
then
of duty. Coming through.
like this. So use your um, shield bash to get out. Use your shield slam to engage.
Hostile forces
That's one.
incoming. Sorry, soldier.
I
I'm
mean,
a
that's two.
soldier. This
And
is
then
war.
three, similar to as I was telling Habib, it's okay to frontline as cap. It's not optimal to frontline as cap. Like there's a lot of times where you do have to just kind of be in the front, take damage, take aggro, fight in the front. But you're best at relieving pressure by doing this. By going up here, them not paying attention to
And
you,
stay down.
being in their back line, making them turn around.
Double KO.
By making them turn around, that is you being a shield. So them wanting to push us here, by you being in their back line, they can't ignore you, or they're gonna die.
Just here to do my
So
duty.
you want to take angles where they can't see you, dive on them,
Forces incoming.
make them pay attention to you, and then so that's 3, and then 4 alt usage. Like this is a support ultimate.
Sorry, soldier.
So you want to use it in times where your team needs it. As soon as you pop this, if you their help, they're not gonna die. Like through like a lot of things. So you want to use it like separately from like support ultimates. You don't want to use it if you already notice your supports pop ult. You don't want to. You want to pop it like you want to keep pressing tab. Check if your supports have ultimate. If they don't, you can use it to either press it, engage, save it, engage. But you just have to be very, very mindful of it because again,
Enemy
your
ahead.
team, your
Prepare to
ultimate
engage.
is very important. So one way to think about
When
this,
science
I'm not sure if
failed
this is
me,
a good way to
magic
think about
was
it,
there.
but this is your competition. Like if you want to win games, Doctor Strange is your competition, meaning you want to provide more value than holding up the 800 shield that can literally just do this. I don't even have to think. You see what I'm saying? I don't even have to think, and I'm protecting my teammates.
That much closer to victory.
Double KO.
And then, ultimate wise, look,
By the eye of Agamotto!
That's 3.
this is your competition.
Wow, 4 in a row.
Let
Someone
the
who can
darkness
ult
take them.
and kill 3 people with his
Our
ultimate.
enemies are
Someone
near.
who can easily, hold up his shield and take like this much damage. Someone who
I'm
can
opening a
teleport
portal.
us to the other side of the map.
A shortcut through space.
Like this is your competition of who you have to be better than. Like or provide more value than, rather, when you're thinking about Doctor Strange. I mean, when you're thinking about like the tank lord. So when
I
you're
do the
capped,
absolute
you
best
can't do
I
any of
can
that.
every
The
time.
only way you can try to match that productivity is by being aggressive, making them turn around. Because the less that you're being
You're on the
aggressive,
wrong
you're kind of
side.
selling the team that you would be much better off just being Doctor
It beat
Strange.
battlefield medicine.
Same thing with his ultimate. I can't kill 3 people with my ultimate. So what can I do instead? I can save my teammates, 1, and then I can make a push
Forces incoming.
and try to kill them, all of 3 of us, all the teammates that
I'm
I
a
saved,
soldier.
we can make
This
a
is
push
war.
and try to kill the enemy team instead. So you have to be like kind of proactive with Captain America. You can't just be passive, just doing this or whatever. This isn't good enough. You would be far better off being Magneto or Doctor Strange if this is what you're going to do. So you have to be in their back lines. You have to attack. You have to. So I think that's really it. Actually, one last thing. For maps, this is a thing that's going to come over time. Which is difficult, and I know this is one of the reasons why a lot of tanks aren't good at tanking. just
Hostile
because
forces incoming.
pathing, and I think that's where I first like learned pathing, where like I just knew intuitively as soon as like I see a new map, oh, this is a good place to go. Like the what I just showed you on that other map, like I didn't watch a video. I just like as soon as I saw it, like you kind of just know that's the best way to attack. Going main is a sell. Like that's what is it? Is new bait. Like it all these places they want you to go main and that's a sell. Like you should almost never go main. You should always take like the high ground or whatever. If their point is right there, I don't want to go here. They're just gonna shoot me. Compared to
Stand down.
if I go here, and then here,
Enemy ahead.
I'm already
Prepare to
close to their
engage.
team. And now I have a better chance of engaging them compared to if I'm all the way over there and they're already shooting me. By the time I get right here, I'm already like half health or 25% health. But if I go this way, I have all my health. No one can attack me through here or whatever. I'm good. Now it's a fair, even neutral fight that whoever is better
Double
wins.
kill.
Compared to in other positions, it's just whoever positions better wins. So I hope that makes sense. And if you have questions, you can let me know.